Jai Hind everyone. Watch this video till the end. In the right faith, I believe that this video will solve all your understandings about the communication skills in school, college, at a workplace, or anywhere at any point of time in life. This video I'm including with some exercises that you can practice with your family members, and at the same time, it's going to help you across with your friends and across all paradigms of situations that you may come across. Too much fuss is already there about communication skills. This, that, exercises, and so on and so forth. Let's break it down one by one and come to a conclusion of what is exactly the right way, and that is the one time investment that you have to make. Investing in communication skills and investing in any language of understanding is just a one time investment, because for the other times you just need to have a look through or revise back, but you need not learn it again. This is the best part about the communication skills. So, starting from school, okay, or college, or wherever you are at right now, assuming that you know nothing about this language or anything like the forms, the adverbs, the nouns, the pronouns, anything you don't know, that's all okay. Build the foundations. Foundations are so important in the language part. Even if you when you go to a different point of time in life and learn different languages, like apart from English, if you go and learn the regional languages or the international languages like German, French, or anything like that, so foundation is very important. So for this, whenever you have the problem that you have an understanding that this is where you need, go to the foundation of it. If it's about the English language, go to the foundations. Pick up the books of Renan Martin or the school textbooks of the English language. It may be the NCRT grammar, or if for like I'm from an ICSE and the ISC background, so I will go with total English and understand the foundation, the understand the basic simple exercises that is given over there and practice it. The Red and Martin book comes in two forms. One is a textbook and the other is a solution. Take time to practice that. Once you start practicing with the different the eight forms of the that is the adverb, verb, and all that, and you practice the sentence formation and all that, it is just a cakewalk. It is just a butter that you will develop that end of written command. This is how it's going to help you in story writing. It's going to help you in creative writing, blog writing, any form of writing. Because see, in today's world, whenever you write application, let's say if you want to apply to a college in the overseas, they will ask you for the essay, they will ask you for your statement of purpose, and you have to write up about 1000 words or 1500 words. What will you do then? You cannot make errors in the grammar. So once you fix the grammar, your foundation is fixed. That's done. Now what you can do to further improve right now, let's say, assuming you don't know anything about the foundations, and from today if you start, it will take you exactly 2 weeks. If you just put in 2 to 3 hours of efforts every day on a consistent basis, it will just take you 2 3 weeks to develop the foundations, and it's never too late as you start. Okay, so 2 3 weeks you'll be having the command with the practice and the through that how to build the sentences and write stories. Now, what are the different exercises that you can do? Open my MS Word. Whenever you type a sentence in the MS Word, you will get autocorrect suggestions, like which is indicated by a red underline. If you just right click and see, you will get suggestions. In most of the latest forms of the MS Word, you get suggestions and autocorrect, recommendations of how the word can be replaced. Okay. Similarly, if you use the extension called Grammarly, if you just go to Google Chrome and extensions over there, you will just type Grammarly and it will help you in writing a proper mail. Go to your Gmail, write anything that you want, and it will show with an underline what is the error over here and what you can do to improve that. Apart from that, I have some exercises for you if you want to practice. This is something that I'd like to do in my fun activity time, or when I'm like in a mood just to be free. Okay, so like let's say imagine some characters and it's a blind date situation. There's a guy, there's a girl. Now just try to let your creative juices flow. Just write whatever you want. How is this setting going to progress? Just write it in your words and see and judge. When you write this, try to write it in MS Word or try to write it in the email box that is in Gmail, try to write it over there so that you get autocorrect grammar suggestions from the Grammarly or the MS Word. This is going to help you a lot. Trust me, it has helped me a lot. Most of the blog writing that I used to do since 2015 and even in college, I used to use these extensions or MS Word. If let's say if I have to write a particular blog or I have to submit an article for my school website or the college website, I'll write it up in MS Word. I'll feed the suggestions and all same thing again in Gmail box. And if I get the suggestions, do the corrections, and it's outstanding. This is how it's going to help you understand that what are the redundant words, what words you can replace out, and what words you can put in. This is how it's gonna, build a thorough understanding what to do and what not to do. Similarly, you can write a paragraph where a character is in one emotional state and is moving to another emotional state. For example, I'm pleasant right now. I suddenly go angry. Oh no, this is something I'm very angry that why people are not understanding communications. Try to express this in the written form. This is going to again help you understanding emotions and moving a sequence. You will develop the habit of addressing a write-up with sequence, and this is what is needed in story writing. You have to connect the movement of the happenings, the movement of events in a particular sequence. Otherwise, your story writing will be of no use. The sequence is the major part of any story writing, whatever you do, whether it's a creative writing or in the SSB. This is how things work. Understanding the sequence. Now write some paragraphs about the town that you belong, about your place. Don't write the Wikipedia information, just in crisp words. Try to replace every two sentences for one. Now maybe write a letter to your younger self. You are talking to your younger self, and how are you going to address your younger self? What are the kind of advices you would like to give? So these are some of the exercises in the written communication skills. Now when it comes to spoken, you don't know to speak, you have never spoken, this is what you need to do. So right now I'm having a book. It's the ancient and the medieval area. So I'll just pick up any page, any random. Okay, and now I will read loudly. This is a traditional exercise which has been suggested by our parents long time when we were kids, and it's a best formula. In terms of the political context, the tiny tribal settlements of the Vedic period were replaced by comparatively stronger kingdoms while royal power increased. The territorial formations and the development of lineages became stronger during the later Vedic period. The term Rashtra first appeared in this period. The wars were no longer fought for cows but for territories. Chiefs grew at the expense of the tribal peasantry and the handsomely rewarded with the Purohits who helped them in maintaining the authority. So this is how you start building the habit how to speak. Now, once you do this 1 hour each day for a week, you will see that you are definitely a better communicator. I mean, you can talk. See, for communication there has to be two things. Number one, substance matter. Number two is medium. Who is the medium? You are the medium, right? Now when you are the medium, how do you express yourself? That's what matters. Are you even having the stamina to speak for a minute or 3 minutes? Because 3 minutes of talking is actually a lot. Right now it is the 8th minute of this video and I've given you so much of information. So you see, content is required. So do some homework about the preparations of the content. Every time in Google, when you go down, you will have a list of 100 topics or 50 topics that are there asked for speech competitions or 1 minute extempore or anything like that, or lecture topics. Do some homework. Have the substance matter to speak. People can talk about endless communications that form creative questions and all. That is okay, but when you are in the lecturate, you have to speak in a go. So for that, you need to have some substance matter, and that is important. So have the basic understanding about the substance matter. This exercise is going to give you the ability to speak freely. You will not have hiccups in between. Where there is a comma, give 1 second of gap. Where there is a full stop, give 2 seconds of gap, and this is how things will go forward. Now, communication as such has another substandard part that is there, that is active listening and empathy. Whenever you are in a part of a group discussion, try to understand the setting of the situation. Everybody is going to rush. There is going to be a fish market. That's a different cause. That is the event. But whenever you're going for a discussion, try to listen first. Active listening is very important, and it starts from the first step. Let's say when everybody will be completing the narrations, and then there will be a conclusion of whose story is the best. If you are an active listener, you can actually support someone who definitely had a better story, you think. So active listening plays a role across all forms, whether you go to the corporate, in school, in faculties. Because if you notice, whenever a faculty is saying something, we try to get defensive. Whenever a boss is saying something, we try to get defensive. No, sir, this is not I wanted. I thought I would do this way. It's okay. keep calm. No need to give your explanation. Understand what the faculty is saying. If the faculty is saying, yes, listen, this is supposed to be done in this way. Why did you do it in this way? I was expecting this to be done in this particular manner. So, okay, I understand it. I'll take note of it. But I did this because I was having a preconceived notion that this is how it should proceed. And this is a good communication, rather than the faculty is talking to you and you are getting defensive. Never get defensive. Whenever it goes with the boss, or even with the faculties, or with the school faculties, or in any setting, even if you go defensive with your parents will get ignited. They will think that you are arguing with them. That's not communication. See, communication begins right in the home, the way we communicate with our parents or siblings. If we try to cross each other, every setting you will try to cross each other. Instead, have a back foot. Have a back foot, listen over there, understand why the person is saying, and it's okay. You need not win everything. This is the another part of the communication skills. Body language will definitely play a role. There is no don't be an actor. Okay, first thing, it's just be yourself. Like right now I'm being myself when I'm talking to you through this video. Like my hands are moving. This is how I am. Okay, this is how I am. When I'm in the lecturate, I'll be putting my hands in the back and I'm speaking in one go. Sometimes I may need to express in a particular setting with when it comes to the group communication. So I may use a couple of times, but it's not like I'm doing it regular. Right now, it's like a video conversation. So this is how it is. If it's a lecture about something, then I will start with something that this topic, I'm glad to receive this topic, and then you start on the subject matter. Like if it's about the economy, India is one of the third economic superpower when it comes to the purchase power parity, and then speak about the economy, and then start with facts. When you have facts, your communication becomes stronger and stronger. Facts and figures are the bedrock of any group discussion, are the bedrock of any effective communicator. For example, if at any stage a person is just speaking normal topic, and he's talking on something, and a person who is talking but communicating with relevant facts and figures, that by the index of purchase power parity, India stands third. Right now, this is where the GDP stands, this is where the GNP stands, this is where the unemployment rate stands, and this is the roadmap that we should go forward to. Then the person will be having a different charisma. The attraction, or the listeners will have a different perspective towards a particular uh, communicator. Okay, now when it comes to communication, do not presume something that what the listener is understanding about you. That's not your job. The listener is free to assume anything. You should be clear of what message you want to give. You should be clear with what message you want to deliver. Right now, I want to develop this habit of communication skills to you. So develop the art of communication with your faculties, with your family members, with your friends. You can do some fun activities at home. Like asking mom to draw a circle or a square, and then again she is giving you an instruction, or giving dad an instruction. Like this, do everything that builds a bond, and take the initiative. Don't wait for videos to come up to give you the instruction. Take the initiative and do it by yourself. In the school and college setting, try to communicate in the email with faculties, because communicating over email will give you a professional sense of maturity, and same goes with the boss. Also, whenever there is a conflict, whenever you think that the boss is giving you more responsibility, whenever you think the faculty is not understanding you, just speak your part. So, ma'am, there is a problem, I need some clarity on this, these are the challenges that I have, I'm not able to I'm not able to undertake these challenges. Please guide, if you can manage, if you can help me with something. At every setting of your life, you have to be vocal about the challenges that you may facing. Even in the corporate, we may see that, like in team targets, a lot of target times the bosses bombard with responsibilities and all that. We communicate, so I'm having these challenges in the weekend. Please, I request that this responsibility be divided a little bit more, with a lesser load on me for this weekend. So that is how we do it. And so engage in active communication in school, in college, with your friends around, and don't think what the other person is thinking. That is not your job. So even in the SSB setting, do not think what the assessors are thinking. That is their judgment, that is their call, right? You do your part. Delivering is something that is your part. So that is something you need to take care of. Apart from that, have a emotional awareness and management. There may be topics that may get you ignited and you may get carried forward during the discussion, because every time we are not conscious about ourselves, right? So learn to manage that. With this, I believe that all what I've said in the particular video of communication skills will definitely help you out. Try to rewatch it if you are having doubt on the exercises, and you can personally connect with me. I'm more than happy to volunteer and help you in across any paradigm of your life. Wishing you all the very best, and Jai Hind. Have a great day, have a great life, and be active. Zinda ho to zinda nazar aao. Okay. Participate in all walks of your life and love your family. Sincere prayers for all your family members. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.